recording.
Me too.
Hello, happy Super Bowl Sunday, bitches.
Monday. Who's gonna win? I don't care.
Me. I
put
so
on
here's
I put on the Snarky Tea story. You know, you can do the questions and like one of them's right. You can choose a correct answer. I did one of those and I said, who's gonna win? And I put the 49ers, the Chiefs, or me after I chug this beer. And I made that the correct answer. And then I put, I just hope both teams have fun.
I just hope everybody out there stays safe. Please, everybody, send your good vibes out to all them players on them field and hope that all their tendons stay in one piece. Thank you.
Did you see that Shakira was committing tax fraud or tax evasion?
I did.
But apparently she saved it all back. Or she paid it all back already.
Good. I saw somebody quoted it and just said, so.
I saw one that said.
Yeah, I don't.
I saw one that said, so what, Shakira committed tax evasion. So does Jeff Bezos, but he didn't release She-Wolf.
Oh, could you imagine if he did, though?
I would like to see somebody do a deep fake of Jeff Bezos' face on Shakira's body during the entire She-Wolf video.
What did Luke... I said something, I was like, Luke, you and I should start a couples podcast, and he goes, we can't, and I said, why not? He goes, if my voice is on the internet, someone's going to deep fake me and ruin my political career.
Who does he think he is, the next Pete Buttigieg?
He's not going to run for office. At least I don't think.
He might.
I mean, I don't know.
You know, if any of the people we know are going to run for office, it's going to be Chris Spencer.
Good God, you're right. Yes, you're right. God,
yeah.
Chris. Happy late birthday to our friend Chris, by the way.
Happy birthday, Chris, who's having the time of his life in Chicago, it seems, from what I can see on Instagram.
From what I can gather, he's having a good old time. He's got more shoes.
I really like
more shoes.
That picture he posted in front of the Nike sign.
That's really on brand for him.
It is, but it's also so far off of his brand. Chris doesn't have a brand, really. Chris has a brand.
Chaos.
But anyone that doesn't know him wouldn't know what his brand is.
Chris's brand is actively going out of his way to not have a brand.
Yes.
That is his brand.
That's incredibly accurate.
Hold on. I have to tell you this. I have to tell you the Super Bowl story and how I found out the Super Bowl was this weekend.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't know. I wasn't sure.
I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
I knew it was soon. Yes. I knew it was around now, but I wasn't quite sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But I was in Target and I was behind this woman who had a whole cart and she just kept putting bags of pizza rolls on the thing. And I was like, oh my God, is it ever going to end? And then it rung up to like $70 worth of pizza rolls.
I want to go to her house.
Same. But I was like, what the fuck? Like, out here on just a casual Friday afternoon, what are you doing? And then, like, the next day, I went, oh, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then I got really upset because I thought about a bunch of adult children eating copious amounts of pizza rolls and screaming drunkenly at the TV, and then I vomited, and it was bad, and that's it. That was my whole story. But I saw a woman buy that many pizza rolls.
Reminds me of the time it was when the Toy Story 4 publicity was happening, and there was a sample lady at Target, and she goes, here, take this, and she handed me a giant box of goldfish that had Toy Story branding on it, and then also like 6 baby bells, and just like gave them to me in my hands, and I had to like cradle them, and so I just had baby bells in my purse for a couple of days.
Good.
It was pretty nice whenever I got a hankering for a baby bell. I just had one.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to do the dairy thing, but like, do you know how much I want to eat cheese?
You know what? Vegan cheese is trash.
Right.
I have not met a vegan cheese that I like. Like, truly like. There's vegan cheeses that are fine.
Yeah.
But not one that's wow.
The thing is, it's like I can't eat vegan cheese when it's not melted. Like I found like Daya has like an American style cheese slice, which is pretty okay like as a grilled cheese, but as nothing else.
When it's melted, it's so sticky.
It is really sticky.
Like Aldi has a shredded mozzarella that's
Yeah.
fine. It tastes fine on
Okay.
my
Yeah.
homemade pizza bagels
Yeah.
with mushrooms and pizza sauce. That's all I put on, and then some mozzarella. It's great. But it's so goddamn sticky. And then the whole
Yeah,
it's like when you
it's
eat that certain type of white bread and it's all stuck on the roof of your mouth. That's how
yeah,
vegan cheese is.
like a white bread peanut butter
It's
sandwich.
like a white bread sandwich after you've gotten out of the pool. And then you have to use your Cooler Ranch Doritos
Oh.
to get it off the roof of your mouth.
Oh, I just threw up. That just
Because you can feel it, can't you?
I can feel it. Sorry for all the I'm making a lot of like noises also because I just have my laptop just chilling on a pillow.
Oh,
And I just don't care.
I thought you were going to
Um,
apologize for the puke noises and I was going to join you.
oh, nah, I don't care. Yep,
Like
sorry
that.
kids. Sorry, puke warning. Okay, sorry.
Hey, this week is
Anyway,
episode 81.
dear God. And we're talking about
Mom? Is it
how do
Mom
you
Tune?
pronounce?
I bet it's Mom Tune.
I bet it's mom tune also, but I also want to say mxmtoon. Maximum tune.
Yes.
Anyway, she has an album that she released in 2019. It's called Masquerade. And you all know it. If you all my fellow TikTokers out there, I say as if I'm a TikToker. Now I'm just an adult woman who watches it in her free time.
I love
But
describing ourselves as adult women.
I'm
It's
not. I don't know what I am.
laughable.
I'm a ball of gas
We're
just
just
floating through
human sacks moving through life.
I am a human sack of shit doing just out here floating around having no idea what's going on. But
Same.
and sometimes that human sack of shit focuses on TikTok. And if any
Yeah.
of you out there relate to that, you might know cuz she sings that song, I'm sitting here crying in my prom dress. See, I would play it, but I can't because copyright. But
That
also the
shit be
one
copyright.
the seasonal depression's got me seasonal and seasoned. That's how that goes. So if you all have heard those songs, you know of this girl, and you know what? I really like her, and I think she's good. Um, I didn't listen to this album before I said we should talk about it. All I did was listen to her single Fever Dream, which if you haven't heard that, like get it together and go listen to it right now. Like stop listening to this and go listen to that because it's better. So, like I was a little disappointed in this album because I was comparing it to how good that was and this wasn't as good, but
No.
like maybe if she releases an album after this with Fever Dream on it, it will be that good.
Well, she just announced a tour,
Um,
so I think that there'll be an album soon.
Probably. But yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about
Yeah, let
her.
me know what she like.
Her name is Maya. She's
Mhm.
an American singer songwriter. She's from Oakland, California, known for singing and playing the ukulele.
She's 19 years
In
old.
2008, yeah, she's 19, which makes me once again fucking just hate myself.
Vomit everywhere.
But So in 2018, she self-released an EP, Plum Blossom, that she recorded on GarageBand in her parents' guest bedroom, and that has over 100 million streams.
I'm telling you,
Okay,
TikTok is
take that in.
a powerhouse. We touched on it
Yeah,
during our TikTok episode, which
yeah.
if you haven't listened to that, it's episode 69.
It's yeah, of course it is.
But it's amazing how
yeah,
fast. Because if she would have just
things
released
just
this
blow up.
EP and this album on SoundCloud like a normal 19-year-old girl from Oakland, she would probably be on some people's Discover Weekly and like maybe be doing some small tours.
And she'd be doing like stuff in like coffee shops and shit and stuff like
Like
that.
the normal progression
Probably.
of an
Yeah.
indie lo-fi artist. But she
Yeah.
got TikTok famous. And it
Yes.
fucking just it's amazing. I'm baffled by it.
Yeah, she's sold out an international tour.
Yep.
Her debut album, which here's the other thing. Masquerade, the album we're talking about this week, was released in September of 2019. And then, like, already now, she's doing more.
Right.
Like, within, like, a couple months. And I just think that's crazy. Hold on, Luke's texting me. What does he need? Oh, Thai. He sent me a recipe for Thai. Yeah, so...
I guess she also has a YouTube channel where she does some travel vlogs and shit, which is kind of fun.
Well, that's cute. Yeah. Okay, so I wrote on the document, and I'm not trying to sound like creepy or weird, and I'm like, she sounds and acts like a 19-year-old, but in a really cool, real, and vulnerable way.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound creepy, but like the shit she does reminds me of the stuff my little sister does.
Right.
And I think, it's like, it's cool. Like, she's just out here, like, playing her ukulele and, like, but here's the thing, like, I feel like a lot of people don't take girls and their little ukulele, like, seriously.
Right.
But, like, it's a very valid form of music and expression.
Yeah, what was that? So, what was that tweet I sent? I sent you one of her tweets before we started recording. She was like,
she doesn't,
I made an entire career.
Strings.
She was like, I made an entire career playing my ukulele, but I don't even know what the chord progressions are or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, so obviously she was born in 2000 in Oakland. She just played music sometimes and just doing whatever. But in 2017, 2018, this is what the Wikipedia says. Recording with GarageBand in her parents' bedroom, creating percussion tracks with hair straighteners, Maya began self-releasing songs on YouTube as mxmtoon, which is how I'm going to say it from now on. 2017. She initially attempted to write comedy songs, but she began to write songs that embodied her emotions, such as Feelings Are Fatal, which only required a USB microphone and GarageBand, and that song currently has over 23 million streams on Spotify.
She did tweet that she sampled the noise from a Funyuns bag for one of her upcoming songs, which I can appreciate. Yeah,
that's cool as shit.
I'm a Funyun fan.
That's really cool. I'm also a Funyun fan. But, yeah. So, so
I see here that
prior to the release...
Sorry, no, you go.
Says, prior to the release of The Masquerade, Spotify announced the release of 21 Days, a music podcast that follows Maya while she works on the album in New York City, which is pretty cool. That might be a good listen. Yeah. So this album was released September 17th, 2019. Sorry, I just choked on my own spit. The album peaked at 17 on the U.S. Heat Seekers chart and 45 on the U.S. Indie Albums chart. It features Prom Dress, which this single is inspired by experiences from her own big night and deals with social anxiety and the problems that come with being a teen in modern society. The song has streamed over 30 million times on Spotify and has been used in 100,000 videos on TikTok. Yeah. To be a teen.
I would never be a teen again.
I don't want that anymore, but I also don't want to be an adult. Maybe I'll just see if I could pick.
Let's revert back to infancy.
I would go back to being age 7.
7?
I don't know why. Just before.
I feel like 5 because you go to preschool
you're still
half
cute,
the day
at least. Yeah.
And then you go to your babysitter's house for the rest of the day. Take a fat nap, and then your parents pick you up, and then you go home.
You have no obligations.
And then your best friend that also goes to your babysitter lives in your backyard, and you're like, "What? You're here again?" That was my life.
Yeah.
I see here that she describes her songs as, quote, rhyming diary entries.
Nice. Yeah.
Which isn't that just
I can kind of
how you write a song?
Pretty much. I think that going back to my her being like a 19-year-old, like her songs sound very like I'm a teen, woe is me, and I'm not saying that teenagers don't have very valid feelings and struggles and things like that. I understand how hard it is to be that age. It sucks, but like me looking back, as now an adult who like has to be independent and like pay bills and shit like that. And I'm not trying to be, I sound like a boomer, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's so much harder when you get out there, like soak it up, because it's a very different kind of hard. And like I look
There's so
back
much emotional growth
on,
as a teen.
yes, that, and like I look back on it and I'm like, oh, when I was a teen it was just so easy. But it's like that's like when you're just finding yourself, like you're really finding out who
I mean,
you
I still don't know
are.
who I am.
And like that's, no, I don't either. And it's like, and that's, it's such a raw
Right.
age, you know? It's like it just, it feels, everything feels like the end of the world, and everything feels like the best thing that's ever happened to you. And like life does get better and life gets worse at the same time. Does that make any sense what I just
Yeah, it
said?
does. I also want to talk about how just astronomically different this 19-year-old's music is compared to the 21-year-old's artist that we did 2 weeks ago. The Wolf Girl, who was like,
Oh,
I'm a
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
Just like, and she's from
Yeah.
California as well. So it just shows like
Yep.
how different teens
Yeah.
are.
Well, and I feel like there's especially like teens nowadays, and man, I just feel like I'm gonna get hate. I'm gonna be like you can okay boomer me and I
We are
deserve it.
so
Like
old.
it's
We
fine.
are elderly.
Here's the thing. I'm not that much older than you, but my first cell phone was not a smartphone, and I feel like the age gap is very large because of that reason. But anyway, sorry that was really loud because I just sat up again. I just feel like there are two types of teenagers. There's those that feel everything so incredibly deeply and just like are just very like bleh, not in a bad way, just blah, like you
Yeah,
know what
as
I
a
mean.
person.
And then there's people that are like, I'm a bit, I'm a boss ass
Yeah.
bit. You know, like there's two types, and you're either one or
Yeah,
the
it's
other, and there's
true.
not really an in between.
You're one of those two or
And
you're a jock.
yeah, yeah,
There's
basically,
3 types of teens.
yes. I am all of them. I'm kidding. But yeah, I feel like that's very accurate, and I just feel like she's the very feel everything very deeply, and I think that it's important. I think that it's
Yeah.
cool that she is so huge because teens have this people like her to look to and be like, oh,
And music
cool,
that they can really relate
people
to.
get it. Right, it's written by them for
Right.
them,
It's great.
and that's neat.
Like
Yeah, because
my TED Talk, I listened to about the first minute of it and then I had to turn it off because I was like, this has absolutely nothing to do with me.
yeah,
Just 100% absolutely not one single thing to do with me.
yeah. Well, it's like, and I think that, I mean, like when we were teenagers and we were in high school, like it was rough and there was a lot of shit that we had to
Yeah.
deal with and a lot of, you know, emotional growth and personal growth. But I feel like we weren't really in the age of social media yet. And like
Boy.
we were in the beginning stages of it. And so it was so less toxic than it is now.
Yes, definitely. There's
And
a lot
now
less
it's just
comparison
so,
for us.
yeah. And now it's just everybody's held to such an incredibly unhuman
Like
standard.
I
And
specifically remember, like I'm vividly remembering it at this very moment, me standing out by the giant pine tree in my backyard, drawing on my wrist a temporary tattoo with a Sharpie that was a peace sign and it said living life in peace. Because I was like apparently really into the Beatles at that time. And I took a picture of my hand like up against the tree. And I posted it on Instagram with like that filter. This is when Instagram still like made you use the borders.
it was like really light in the middle.
It was the
like,
blue one with the black border.
Yeah.
Like I specifically remember that. That's what social media was for us.
Yeah. I have a picture of a baby hair that curled really nicely, and the caption was like, OMG, why doesn't all my hair look like this? Like that's the shit that we posted on social
We're
media.
finally hitting the point where like 9 years ago on Facebook, like all the shit that I posted.
Yeah.
Like the other day I got a memory. It said, you have memories to look back on today. And I typed in camel case, which is capitalizing the first letter of every word, whether it was the beginning of a sentence or not, which teens have completely just gotten rid of now, and it's all lowercase.
Now it's all lowercase.
Just like this album, every single every single track is lowercase.
My sister has her like text thing turned off.
And all it said, I posted on my own Facebook wall, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Like that, and people were like,
it had 6 likes and a comment.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and that's that is
who
no
let me
longer
on the internet?
Now everything is just an extremely big deal, and I feel bad, and I think that I feel bad for the teens, but I also have hope in them.
I think they're good.
Because I have a little sister who is a teenager, and she's just the best person I've ever met. And I just, if everybody could just be like her, that would be great. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also really cringy sometimes because I see some of the things that a lot of teens do, but
I mean, you have to let them embarrass themselves. That's like part of it.
Yeah, they'll look back on it one day and be like, what the fuck? Like, I look back on the shit that I did when I was a teenager, and I'm like, who ever let me do anything?
Mean, first of all, when we were teenagers, Vine was a thing. And I feel like Vine is almost, I don't know. Vine was so much dumber than TikTok. TikTok has more cringe, which I don't know which will be more embarrassing to look back on. At least Vines are all gone, other than like the popular ones.
Yeah.
But like our Vines do no longer exist anywhere.
Yeah, my Vines, good. Thank God. But yeah, all that to say, I think it's important to have artists like this.
What was your favorite?
I think my favorite was Untitled. Okay. It was really good. Also, the opening guitar or whatever instrument sounds like Chasing Cars.
For Untitled or for the like opening track?
For Untitled.
I didn't.
The beginning of it. I would play it, but I don't want to get copyrighted. But like listen to it. Like you can listen to it when we're done talking, but it very much, because I was like, I literally went in, I was like, Luke, what does this sound like? And he was like, you're not giving me anything, but I eventually figured it out. But yeah,
did you happen to sound like not that. To get too off topic again, but did you happen to see that TikTok sound that's like, scientists or researchers have found that there's a four chord melody that's the most popular melody ever, and it's
it's My Chemical Romance.
It goes like 4 and then 3 and then 2 and then 1, and the 1 is the beginning of Welcome to the Black Parade. I hyped myself up for the gym to that the other day, which was interesting.
Nice.
My favorites, either between Blame Game and Dream of You. I liked both of those quite a lot. I also really like that this was like a double-sided album.
I was just gonna say that the second half is all of them but acoustic.
I think that's really cool.
She's like keeping her roots alive, which is neat.
I think that's very, very cool. And then I didn't listen to any of the Masquerade, the edits. Did you listen to any of those?
Mm-mm.
I didn't either.
I listened to Fever Dream a lot. Stream Fever Dream on Spotify, please.
So that little drawing on the front, that is her as a child. Mm-hmm. I found that out when I was scrolling her Twitter today. But cute. Prom Dress, I think part of the popularity behind Prom Dress came also from Shane Dawson. He used that song, the acoustic live version, in the trailer for the Jeffrey series. Do you recall?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
No.
Well, he did. And he put in the, at the beginning of the edit, it was like, this song means a lot and reflects what this past year has done. That's why I chose it for the trailer. So, yeah.
Interesting. No, I don't remember that.
Interesting. I really, really liked the first 10 seconds of the album. Like the beginning of Unspoken Words. I was like, oh, that's really just nice.
That's nice. I know. I listened to this. I was sitting at the coffee shop that I work at, actually, doing work. Because when I'm not working, I go there and work. Um, but it was just so, like,
Mm-hmm.
cute. You know? Like, I was sitting there and I was drawing and I was listening to this album. And I just felt
Yeah.
cute. And that sounds stupid. But, like, I did. You know? It's like, it just felt good. It's just a feel good album. Even if you're a 98-year-old woman like we are, you can't relate to it. It still
Yeah.
feels good. But you can relate to it because we've all
Yeah.
been teens at some point. So like
Did she
you
open
can,
for Love?
because you know you've been there.
Love.
For who?
Love. L-A-U-V. Because in her wiki it says one of her
Uh,
associated acts is Love.
oh, I don't know. I didn't like really read it super hard. She's signed to Cobalt Music
Yeah.
Group, whatever that is.
A teenager, her
That's
ukulele,
cool.
and a bedroom pop empire in the making. A New York Times article.
She has a Sims language version of
Yeah.
Progress.
I would like to see her and Clairo collaborate. I think that would make for a really beautiful song.
Oh yeah,
Because she has a
yeah, I'd be into that.
her for an indie artist, her voice is like whole enough.
Mhm.
Like it's not.
It's not like
Yeah,
I.
I'm glad you knew what I meant by that.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my god, wait, I have to sidebar. So there was a song that came on at work and it was a cover of Riptide and I want to say that it was by the Mr. Wives, but it was even a little too indie for the Mr. Wives. But it was literally like I'm not even exaggerating, like that's what it sounded like and I was like I need to go home. I quit. It's over.
oh my god.
It was so bad. But I thought of you when I heard it. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard, and Taylor would be
She has
losing her
a.
mind.
I'm looking at her website right now, and she has merch, and it's very pretty.
See,
But she also has one that just says "chaotic good." Her
that's
seasonal
me.
depression T-shirt's pretty cute.
She been all but never. Oh, my computer dang. Shut up. Shut
Chaotic
up.
good. That's funny. You can also like see like if you scroll through her merch shop, she models all her merch herself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can literally watch her in the
That's
last
cute.
year, like growing up, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
She sells a chapstick with her name on it.
Huh.
It's funny. I think that's kind of all I have to say about her.
Yeah. What should we do next week? We didn't talk about that. Should it just be a surprise?
Let me see if there are any new releases that I care about really quick. Did you see that video of who's that woman who has a talk show and she's such a hot mess? She goes Dula Pipa. She calls her Dula Pipa. Yeah.
Dula Pipa?
New music that I'm seeing right now. Odie released a single called Slowly. Amber Mark released a single called Generous. Ryan B released an album, which could be interesting.
Donna
She
Missile
did
just
release a
released a
single.
single.
She can do no wrong.
Hey, Taylor's audio cut out there at the end before she could do her whole spiel, but I just wanted to let you know that you can find us at Music Monday Cast everywhere. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Anchor, all of the above at Music Monday Cast. Okay, we'll surprise you next week with an album. Okay, bye. Love you. Bye.